What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we finally are doing the new player mistakes video. So we're pretty much going to be covering all the things that you shouldn't be doing when you're starting out on Grand Cross, and talking about the reasons why people do these things, or pretty much the way to combat them so you don't actually make these mistakes. And so we're going to be talking about it in this video, so let's hop in. Before we actually hop in though, I want you guys to comment down below any mistakes that you had when you were starting out on the game. If you're a new player or even a veteran, if any of the mistakes from this video are part of it, then you can comment that down below as well. But yeah, so let's hop in and let's kind of talk about things that new players do make mistakes on. So the first thing that is a mistake is not doing your story. So that is one thing that I highly recommend you guys do. Mainly the regular story, not Ragnarok and 7 Catastrophe. That's like, you know, obviously that's going to be just your general story, but getting done your main story is going to be very, very important, as it's going to be giving you guys a lot of gems. As you can see, you get 30 gems per chapter. The first 6 chapters are through village, level up. Which is still important though, obviously getting your villages to max, but from 7 all the way until 25 right now, because 25 is the last one we had, you are able to get 30 gems per chapter. And also progressing through the story actually does unlock things like, you know, higher ranking demons. You do eventually unlock, I think Demonic Beast Battle is from Ragnarok though, but you pretty much unlock a ton of stuff going through the story, and I feel like it's definitely worthwhile. A lot of the helper units that you can bring as well will help you, because you are able to use like friend units and even characters that Netmarble actually like gives for you. So definitely make sure to clear as much story as possible. And if you guys do need help on any specific story stage, the only one that like really people struggle on is like Demon King in, I think it's like one of the like later chapters, but I do have a video covering that, so if you guys need the video, definitely make sure to check it out on the channel. Just pretty much search up the Demon King fight, yeah, I got you covered. But yeah, so pretty much story is like one of the main things people just like they let it just sit there, bro. You're not doing your story. What are you doing, bro? Get your gems up. This is like the fastest way to just like clear through it and just get a ton of gems. And it's also beneficial for your account because you're going to be getting a ton of like, you know, other materials. It's a good like early game resource farm, right? Because you get so much stuff from the story. So I highly advise you guys do your story. Don't let it just sit there. Clear as much as you can, especially when new chapters release, so that you can get the extra 30 gems as well. Yeah, so that's the first thing that people do as a mistake early on, is they don't really touch their story, and that is something that's super important. Definitely make sure to do your story. The next thing that is a mistake early on is leveling a ton of characters at once. So you guys might look at my box and be like, amazing, look at how many characters you have leveled up. Look at all of this, bro. Like, is this how you went about the game? Is this how like you were going about it? And no, initially early on, I was only focusing on the very important characters, right? I wasn't actually leveling up my entire box. I was going for characters like, you know, well, I guess since I started a long time ago, it's a little bit different, but for people starting the game like relatively like around this time period, you want to build newer festival characters, right? Because these are the characters that work well in the game right now. Mael, obviously running with a full goddess team, is going to be very important to build. The one Ultimate Escanor, Purgatory Meliodas, any of the like most recent super strong festival characters you definitely want to have built. And, you know, because these characters are going to be super important, and you shouldn't be spreading out your resources and leveling up, you know, like this Blue Arthur, or just like, you know, like, I don't know, any character that's just not relevant, you shouldn't really worry about. The only time you're going to be leveling up the character is getting them to level 50 SSR, and then maybe getting them 6-star awakening. But that's not, you know, like as a new player, you shouldn't really be focusing on your box CC initially. You want to kind of focus on other things, but that's something that does come along as a mid-game player, where you are focusing on getting awakening stars for the rest of your box and all of that. But as a newer player, the main thing to focus on is focus on the really strong characters at the time. So at the time recording this video, the one Ultimate Escanor, Purgatory, Meli, and Mael are the top 3 festivals in my opinion across the board. Trader Meli is there for the PvE side of the game, same with King, but mainly you know, Ultimate Escanor, Purg, Meli, and Mael cover the entire game in terms of, you know, clearing for what they need to do, right? They're just very, very strong characters, so focus on them. And if you guys need like must invest characters to build, I have a video covering that as well, so check that out. I'll link it in the description. And yeah, that pretty much covers it. Don't level up multiple characters at once early on. Focus on the really strong characters like Mael, Ultimate Escanor, Purg, Meli, etc. Those characters like that, just focus on one team. Actually, yeah, focus on one team, and you can also like just run like these characters together anyway early on. it won't matter. If you have Purgatory Melee, Ultimate Esnar, if you run them together, bro, you're probably like beating all the content in the game anyway. So yeah, that's what I'd say in terms of the you know, character building and how you want to go about that. The next thing as a new player mistake is staying in the low tiers of PvP. So a lot of people do like just be slacking off on their PvP. They like to be like, oh amazing, I'm a PvE player, I don't really do PvP, but you are missing out on gems if you're not doing ungeared PvP. The bare minimum that every player should be at is going to be Champion 5, and the reason why is because your weekly reward in Champion 5 is 50 gems every single week, and all you have to do is come back every single week and just claim your rewards. That's all you have to do, and getting up to Champion 5 in ungeared is not a difficult task. Bronze is a complete wash as a new player. You are fading only bots, same with silver and same with gold. So at the bare minimum, you are getting to like what, platinum 5 with 34 gems a week. If you can push up as much as you can early on, that's going to be a really big help, right? Just getting these extra gems for you guys, and this is just going to be your weekly reoccurring gems where you get 50 a week in Champion 5. One thing to note as well is that if you guys are pushing early on, one mistake that players do is they don't put any food on, and bringing food in the fight can actually be very important, especially if you bring the festival coin drop food. So if you guys don't know, the fried chicken, the chicken steak, and also the glazed chicken will actually give you an 1000% increase on your festival coin drop. So instead of getting 3 coins on your actual on your wins in PvP, you actually get 33 coins. And PvP coins might not be important early on, but late game it definitely starts to be something that's kind of important for players, especially for getting card sets. Just like if we go to the miscellaneous, and as you can see, these like cards, the Trader Melee card and the Margaret card, they are very important later on for card sets in the game. And I won't really talk about it in this video because they're not like you know, this is not like a new player thing, but stacking up on a ton of PvP coins is going to be very, very beneficial long term. So I would say it is worthwhile as you are pushing up in the ungeared PvP to use coin food. So once you get to that village and you're able to make the food, farm up a ton of the food, man. Literally, I have like 30 right now, and I'm not really using it just because I'm already in my I'm in Champion 2 and going into Champion 1, so I actually have to like play the game, and I can't be using coin food or anything like that. But yeah, that pretty much covers like PvP. Like, always make sure that you are in Champion 5, so you get the bare minimum, you get 50 gems, which is a multi and 2/3 of a multi. Like, what is wrong with that, man? Like, every person that tells me they're not in Champion 5, you're literally missing out on gems, and it's free, bro. Like, you literally are like in terms of like the grand scheme of things, you're only gonna have difficulty maybe in Masters, right? Especially early on. But getting into Champion 5 is not as hard of a task as people make it out to be, and it is very easy, especially early on, for getting those 50 gems. So that is another thing that I would say is a mistake, is people just not doing PvP. Do your PvP. You don't have to worry about the geared PvP. Just focus on ungeared for now. Geared PvP becomes like a mid-late game thing, but focus on ungeared and use your coin food to actually push. And then once you get to Champion 5, and if you do want to go for Champion 1, by all means you can give it a shot, but early on it's not really something you want to be doing. Just get to Champion 5 and call it a day there. Alright guys, the next thing that we need to talk about for the new player mistakes is actually farming when it's not half stamina. If you guys are farming anything in Grand Cross when it's not half stamina, that is a mistake early on, because if you're a newer player, you're not going to have a ton of resources in terms of, you know, your stamina pots and all of that, and so farming things that are half stamina is going to be the way to go. A safe bet though for farming is always going to be gold, because gold is always set to half stamina. It doesn't show it here, but 24 stamina is the half of what it used to be pretty much, and Netmarble set it to 24, and they have yet to like drop it below 24. So 24 on the highest difficulty for Fort Solgris in terms of farming your gold is going to be one of the reoccurring ones you can actually farm whenever you just feel like you need to farm anything. Gold is a solid option because it covers a lot of the stuff in the game. If you just have a ton of gold in the game, you can do a lot of the things that you know require either leveling, limit breaking, anything like that. Gold is the main thing you're gonna need anyway, so farming that is not a bad idea. And then whenever there's things like you know, SP Dungeon Evolve, or even like an enhanced half stamina, right now it's not half stamina as you guys can see, but when it does show the little like half symbol, then you'll know that it's half stamina and you can farm it. So if we actually go to like boss battle, I think right now on global it is half stamina if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you guys can see it says 50% decrease. So now farming boss battle is actually not a bad idea, and especially because you're able to farm the runes here, which is pretty good. And you can also get awakening mats, which early on definitely benefits your account in terms of getting characters built and across the board. So yeah, that's another thing I would recommend. Only farm when it's half stamina. Alright guys, another new player mistake is going to be starting demonic beast battles too early. Now a lot of people be coming in my comment section and be like, amazing, how do I beat the bird? I literally just started the game like a week ago. That is not something you need to be focusing on. Bear in mind that demonic beast battles are the end game PvE activity in the game, and a lot of people just be like trying to get into it as fast as they can and just trying to clear. That's not something you should be prioritizing, man. Do not prioritize demonic beasts early on. That is not something you need to worry about. Holy relics are not something you need to worry about early on, because you're still clearing the game. You're still going through story. You're still doing PvP. You're still doing the early game stuff. You're not focusing on demonic beasts yet. Demonic beasts is for end game players that want to get that extra upgrade for characters they already have built with holy relics. That is the only time you should be going for demonic beasts. And you guys might be saying, like, amazing, I am missing out on rewards every single week, but it's not something you need to worry about. If you are focusing on clearing only floor 1 of the bird, you're not gaining much of an increase anyway. You know what I mean? You're not getting a big increase. You need to wait until you're ready to actually clear all 3 floors, and when you can, then you'll be getting a ton more rewards in the long run, and I feel like it is a lot better. A lot of people just instantly go for demonic beasts and say, oh, I can go for the clears, and if you don't have the characters for each of the demonic beast battles, then don't even bother. Do not even bother. It's not something early on that you should be focusing on unless you have the characters and you have the team comps built. Then go for it. But other than that, I do not recommend it early on. But if you guys do want to find out team comps for each of the demonic beast battles, I have done videos on the channel. If you literally search up any of them, you search up bird, deer, skull and hottie, nidhogg, I've done videos covering all of them. But as a newer player, the only one you're really going to be focusing on is probably the bird and the deer. So those are the 2 that I would recommend early on if you do have the specified characters and everything that I'll talk about in the videos that cover demonic beast battles. But as a new player, do not focus on demonic beast battles. Focus on your regular grind that you need to do, and don't even worry about demonic beast battles. Alright guys, and the final new player mistake that I see a lot is going to be gear. And I'm gonna tell you guys that the bare minimum that you need to know about gear so that you do not make any mistakes. Okay, my bad, by the way. Marlo is he's just moving around a lot in my room. But anyways, the mistake that players make early on with gear is that they don't know how it works and how the set bonuses work. So I'm just going to explain set bonuses so that you guys get a grasp of how gear works and how you should go about it. And then I'll link you guys in the description my complete gear guide where I talk about everything you need to know about gear and the importance of, pieces and all of that. So as an example right here, as you guys can see, this is my Prince Sigurd, and in terms of his gear set here, we do have a 4 set attack, as you can see, so we get, or 4 set HP, I mean, so you can see 20% HP, you see it says life, and then we do have a 2 set defense. And the reason why you can tell this is because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of HP and 1, 2 pieces of defense. Right, so that is pretty much the general the general idea of gear is you always have your 4 sets, which is going to be HP, attack, crit chance, all of those pretty much, and then you do have your 2 sets, which are going to be defense, crit damage, recovery rate, etc. So I go more in depth in my actual gear guide video, but pretty much to get the idea is that most characters are either going to be running HP defense if they are a supportive type character or a tank character, and then characters that are DPS characters like Ultimate Escanor, Mael, they are going to be characters you probably want to run on attack crit damage, right? So that's going to be pretty much the setup for a DPS character and a supportive type character, so generally speaking, right? So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes, guys. That's just a bare bones explanation of gear though, and that covers everything in this video that I wanted to talk about in terms of new player mistakes. A lot of people be making mistakes, but let me know in the comment section below what mistakes you guys made early on, and yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys messed up early on in the game. So that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.